Wait a minute, what am I doing? Two men and a what? Two friends from film school, one who graduated, one who did, and they decided to make a podcast. Okay, this has never been done before, right? Okay. This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.
I mean, she was attractive, fine. She was also a lesbian, so you would find her very hot.
So very hot. Thanks for Thank you for answering my question.
But would not be into you.
That makes sense. I don't think straight people should be tour guides with troll museums.
Why?
It's a queer space.
What about it is queer specific?
Trolls.
Trolls can be the little troll dolls can be anyone's hobby.
Nah, that's a queer space. I don't think cis people and straight people should be allowed in. This also extends further to mythological trolls.
So troll hunters shouldn't be a thing.
I mean, we don't know if the sexuality of any of those characters.
We almost certainly know the sexuality of the very, very Christian.
The one who dies because he's not allowed in the space.
He's not allowed in the space because he's Christian, not because he's straight. Not because he's straight. It's because he's Christian.
If he didn't enter that space, if he's a queer, non-Christian man, he would have been fine. The troll hunter's definitely gay. He's a bear, or asexual. He
and the nurse had a flirty relation, like a very flirty relationship.
I think that's just coworker flirting. You know, that's like coworker flirting. You ever just flirt with coworkers?
Sure, let's go with that.
You did have my picture up in your locker.
Yeah, because you gave me a picture of you.
And you hung it up?
Yeah, you gave me a photo of you, so I hung it up. Flirting.
That's coworker. I think that the best coworkers are ones that there's an underlying sexual tension, and it's not like stressful or like stress inducing. You know?
Sure.
I think that's what really bonds together a team.
So what do you think it is about? You think it's the innate tension, but the mutual understanding that there will be no release, so they release through the work?
No, I just think it's a good foundation to build on.
Build what on?
A good professional relationship.
Is sexual tension?
Or just sexual attraction. Mutual sexual attraction. A little flirty. I'm just saying, I wouldn't flirt with anyone on my team right now. So.
Okay, and I wouldn't flirt with, to my knowledge, I don't flirt with any of my coworkers, and we have a fine working relationship.
Man, they must be talking behind your back about you. Can you believe Harrison never flirts with me, they say? It's like he isn't even part of the team.
Okay. This is insane. This is stupid.
What? You don't think that working with people... I try to surround myself only with attractive people, so maybe that's just a subsect of that, like especially now that I know so many people and I have so many people active in my life, I can be real picky, and a lot of times it comes down to whether or not this person's attractive, whether I'm gonna like keep talking to them or hang out with them. So I have a very I believe much as the ancient philosophers did, that exterior beauty is a sign of inherent moral good.
It's not.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, that's like a thing that you can test. And
how can you test it? Because if you can test it, that implies you can measure someone's moral goodness.
You can measure the way they go about and treat other people. Sure, that is a thing you can actively like look and see.
I'm just saying,
it's not a thing you can like scientifically.
This is one of our worst administrations. Terrible looking people through and through.
Sure,
right.
Sure.
JFK, who never did anything wrong.
Yeah, you want to go with that?
Good-looking man, yeah.
You want to go with that?
I'm going with that.
Sure.
I'm committed to that. Chester Arthur, our greatest president, our sexiest president.
You're going to make me look up Chester Arthur.
You're going to make me look up Chester. I've never looked at Chester Arthur before in my life. I have no reason to.
It explains so much that you think this is the sexiest president.
That's the sexiest president. And you know why? Because he morally pure. This is why I think Lincoln was
fun.
This is why I think Lincoln was up to things.
What?
He's not a good-looking guy. There's got to be some evil beneath him.
You don't think Abraham Lincoln is
Lincoln, famously not a good-looking guy?
Nah, this is a fine lad.
You're like the first person in American history to say that.
Nah, I look at photos and I'm like, there's a fine lad.
At the time, everyone, including him, was like, weird looking. I'm not really that good looking. And I have a weird voice.
You can be weird looking and attractive. Also, I'm not saying he's like the most attractive man. I'm saying that this painting of him is like fine. He looks fine.
Look up a photograph of him, not a painting.
Sure, this photograph of him also looks fine.
This is the wildest thing you ever said.
Why? He looks fine.
He's not a good looking guy.
I never said he was like the sexiest man alive, but like, nah,
I was putting
like
forth the theory that the philosopher theory that all moral goodness is reflected by beauty. And my mom, one of the nicest women on earth, specifically brought up Abraham Lincoln. And she's like, so you're saying he wasn't a good guy? He's craggy. He looks like you could stick him in the troll museum if he wasn't so tall.
He looks like a dude in his like late 50s, early 60s. He looks like a dude who's been stressed a long time, but like he looks just like a dude.
I even feel like a young Abraham Lincoln. Also, I don't think Abraham Lincoln was that old.
I think he was like late 50s. 56.
Yeah.
Okay, so mid 50s. Still. Yeah, he looks like a dude who, due to stress, looks older than he is, but like, he's not like ugly. Chester Arthur looks like he has a fun personality for sure. I'm not denying that.
Look at that. That right there is the closest thing to a saint we've had in this country as president. The only president we've ever had to never do a drone strike.
So what are you defining a drone strike?
Like the Predator drones or whatever. I think that's our current model, but whatever model was before them.
No.
Like a UAM, usually with air to ground capabilities, usually piloted. But
okay, no, he's not. But okay.
What do you mean? No, he's not.
Drones that what we know as drones have only existed for.
I mean, like the Predator has, but like one of my favorite parts of going to Gettysburg was being able to see the drones that they used. And they had them on museum. They were like really old looking, steam powered.
I'm not.
And it's like the first one to have like it has the Gatling gun because that had been developed, so it had some automatic fire.
I'm not entertaining this.
Which really like. The tour guide, they were saying that was a really big boon because before that it just had 2 muskets strapped to it. So it has like 2 shots and then it has to fly back. You had to put more water in it, more coal, fill the muskets, send it back out. This is history. You sick fuck.
I just don't know how to yes and this bit that is false.
You don't have to yes and it. It remains true. That's the fun thing about facts is that they remain true whether or not you yes and them.
Drones as we know them have existed
since the Indian-French War or the French-Indian War. I think French comes first because it's racist. So they put the white man first.
Sure. You said they were like muskets on the drone. Which, no.
That's ground to air. It's air to ground. It's in the air.
How did it fire without a person?
Clockwork. You would wind it up. Like you couldn't really like. I'm not saying they had like a little Xbox controller back then, Harrison. That'd be ridiculous. It was like you'd wind it up and it would just kind of fly straight and at a certain point shoot. They weren't good.
I know you believe this. That's the thing. Is even though you know you're wrong, and I know you're wrong, and we both know you're lying through your ass right now, you believe this.
And they would just kind of, you'd have to time it and hope it hit. Luckily back then, there's the more like Napoleonic wars lined up musket fire lines. So you could like more easily time it because you knew where the people were going to be.
So they like in this world, in this complete
our world,
in this complete fiction, alternate history you've created, they wind up a Revolutionary War era Roomba style.
No, Civil War.
Civil War era Roomba-esque device for the air.
Yeah.
What did they look like?
You know, kind of like the drones today, but older. All flying things kind of look the same, Harrison. What do you want me to say? It looked like a giant dragon. What are you talking about? This thing that flew. Fun fact is that the British really didn't use them during the Revolutionary War because of the guerrilla tactics employed by the Continental Army. Means you really couldn't time it at all. Plus, there's all the tree cover.
I'm too tired for this right now. I'm so tired, and I am so. I'm so angry at you right now.
Why are you angry at me for telling you fun historical facts?
Because it's not.
You've always struck me as a person who likes to learn things.
I am.
You like to read
but I'm
books?
not a person who likes to indulge in your alternate history fabrications that you believe. That's the frustrating thing about this whole thing. That's probably the thing that I'm most angry about in this situation is that you and I both know you're making shit up out of thin air. And the moment they exit your mouth, you believe them. But also you want to hold this position that you're the ultimate authority, that everything you say is basically dogma, but you also want to hold this position that no one should take anything you say seriously. And you think that because of some stupid book written by a man on LSD that you can hold these two things in your head and that makes you God's little special boy. And
LSD wasn't invented at that point. LSD was like a later invention.
okay, whatever.
It was synthesized.
Whatever he was.
How long do you think LSD existed?
I don't know, dude. I just picked a drug. I don't. Because you think that you can hold both.
But LSD existed before the widespread popularization of yoga in the Western culture. It's a ridiculous statement to say.
Yes, but it's you think that you can, because you can hold that that you should be taken seriously as dogma and no one should take a goddamn thing you say seriously, and you think that having these two opinions makes you a shepherd disappointed in his flock, and I'm too tired to deal with this microcosm of it right now.
I think you really need
A nap, yeah.
It's like stop being so stressed.
A good night's sleep, yes.
I think some
to make more money.
I think some
yes.
Pilates and maybe like I think really what you need. I think what causes you a lot of stress is you hold to this really rigid worldview, and you need to be more accepting of other people's opinions.
I don't hold. I'm stressed because I don't have money and I'm constantly working and I'm tired all the time. Right now I'm stressed because after your birthday dinner, I decided not to edit either of the podcasts, and that screwed me over for 4 days, and I've seen 3 a.m. every night since Saturday. And like, I know this isn't news to you, but it's news to me when I had my shit on lock, at least a little bit. Like, I'm so tired.
You think you're tired now? Just wait till you're 30. You'll be fucking exhausted. Welcome to the Two Men in a Movie podcast, where each week one man shows another man a movie he can't believe he hasn't seen. As always, I'm your beleaguered, exhausted, ancient host, 31 years old, Matthew Olenchek, joined as always by my young, spry, full of life child husband and co-host, Harrison Poole.
Name the age.
Name the age?
Yeah, how old?
God. 14.
28. You were halfway there.
14 years old.
No, I'm allowed to be
prodigy.
I'm allowed to be around white lighters again. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's cold out. Didn't know that was happening. But I had to go get some vape fluid. I was like, whoa, brr, freezing. I went there and the guy was like, you staying warm? I'm like, I mean, mostly I work from home, so I don't go outside too much. He's like, what do you do? And I'm like, hardly anything. And then we had a good sensible chuckle over that.
Hell yeah, good for you, man. So, I will say I kept my shit together more this time around, but every time I film a special or like I have a big, like I do a big project that takes multiple months of my life, I tend to let things in my personal world just completely fall apart, because the thing about being human is you're constantly keeping a bunch of plates spinning, and it's very hard to keep up with all the time. And so sometimes I just like let plates drop, and I'm just like, okay, well, those I can pick those up in 4 months anyway.
You just kind of have to bumble between them. Plates fall very slowly, I've discovered. You can just kind of bumble around and pick, and like before the plate hits the ground, like it's a balloon, knock it back up in the air.
In my experience, plates tend to fall very quickly.
Now you need to get lighter plates, perhaps.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have low maintenance plates, and all my spinning plates are low maintenance, slow falling.
Good for you.
Thank you.
But
too blessed to be stressed. Hashtag.
But I kept I filmed Patrick Madison's special on Saturday. And then that just lasted forever. Like,
You might just need to do the fact that you have to like schedule out like your showers and shits might point to
I don't
you-
actually have to schedule out my shits. It's just shit, shower, shave. It flows.
But you have to schedule out your showers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if you're at that point, you might be doing too much.
Nah, I need to schedule out my showers. Otherwise, I'm going to forget to do them.
It's so hard to keep all these plates spinning, says man who keeps filling his house with plates.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to do a bunch of shit. I'm trying to, like, make shit happen, dude.
Too much. Is it worth it if you're like stressed and dropping plates?
Yes, because I love it. Because filming his special was the most fun I'd had in months, and it was so stressful the entire time. And as I'm like in my head spiraling of how stressed I am, I am equal parts like, this is so fun. This is the greatest thing in the world. This is why I went to film school. And
You're like describing like a really unhealthy relationship.
okay.
If you were like dating a woman and you're like,
But it's not a woman. It's an event.
I think Art's a woman.
Art is not a woman.
Art is a lover. You should treat you with sweet caresses and little chocolate strawberries. That's stress. You tell them that it's a two-way street. You know. I don't think the entire burden of this relationship should be on you.
So we're, but as everything is happening, it's the best thing in the world. And then I come home and realize that I forgot to do laundry the week prior, and that I didn't have time to do laundry this week. And so I just didn't do laundry until Tuesday. And so I had like 2 weeks worth of shit, and which is fine for like, you plan on having 2 weeks worth of laundry. Me specifically, I am 8 days. Like, yes, I had clean on, like I was a clean person, but like,
Have you considered paying someone to do your laundry?
I can't afford it.
What about like if you get like a small boy? You can usually pay him pretty cheap.
But so laundry is just piled in my closet.
Just have
and
a
then
kid.
I realized I hadn't.
Have a kid and make them do all your chores for you.
No, I want to be a dad very, very badly. I don't want to biologically sire children, but I want to be a dad very badly.
Adopt a boy and say, all right, boy, I'm your dad now.
I can't afford to adopt
And you know
a
what
boy
that
right
means?
now.
There's laundry to do.
So like little things of like my day-to-day upkeep fell apart. But for the most part, I kept my shit together more than I have in the past.
This is such a wild. This is so foreign to my own personal
But and then
experiences.
so Saturday I drove all around to pick up the equipment, and then did film the special. Sunday I drove all the way around again to all the same places to drop off the equipment, and then I went to your birthday dinner, and I had in my schedule that I was going to edit the first half of Two Men, and then I didn't. Because I was going to edit the first half of Two Men Sunday, and then edit the second half Monday, and edit the first half of Same Movie Every Week on Monday, and then edit the second half of Same Movie Every Week on Tuesday. Like, I was going to have like a workflow, but I decided to skip a day, and so I had to edit all of Two Men on Monday, and at that point it was 11, and I didn't feel like starting another episode, or like another editing session, which is my fault. I should have just done it, but I didn't edit Same Movie until Tuesday, where I had to edit the whole thing. And people, I love my life, I love my house, I love the living situation that I'm currently in. I would have been done 2.5 hours prior if every living creature in that house could have decided not to interrupt me constantly. But
I feel you, because I'm gonna start binging Game of Thrones soon, so I'm gonna have to do like 8 hours of watching a season a week if I want to like watch it in a reasonable time. And I feel this is like a comparable experience, or the closest I have to an experience I can compare.
Luckily I have it in my schedule that tomorrow I'm crashing. I'm just straight up doing nothing. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna watch 28 Days Later, and I'm gonna go to sleep. It's gonna be wonderful.
You need to not have a stress response, I think, or like a subdued stress response.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's what my therapist says I have. She says I react to like stress, quote unquote, stressful stimuli less than I should. she's expressed at certain points amazement that I specifically in regards to like world events and things happening, the amount of intake I'm having versus the amount of like impact it has on my life.
Yeah, the things you react, your reactions are often not in proportion to the things you're reacting to. Like the fact that world-ending events happen and you don't let it affect your day-to-day life, but someone answering about the snow in West Virginia in a work meeting and you have to pause to not punch walls.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Wrong reaction. I'm not saying that the world-ending event should like cripple you. You should like be able to whatever, but someone slightly annoying you in a work meeting should not elicit a rage response.
I think it's because I don't really I have quick burning rages. Like that's my anger response, is a quick burning rage, which really isn't something that you can do with a world ending event because it's constantly happening. And so like it happens and just burns out. Whereas like the small inconveniences are much more conducive to like a short rage. Whereas everything else is always happening all the time. Like if long-term things I don't react too much. It's the short things because I have very quick emotions.
Sure.
So like a smaller thing is something I can fully process and have an emotion to, where a bigger thing, my flash in the pan rage is too small for it.
Sure. You don't have you don't have like the deep-seating seething anger at all points in time always?
Yeah, but I'm not like expressing it in any way, and it doesn't impact me in it. Like the emotions impact me are quick and fast. So that's why I like that what's impacting me on a day-to-day is the small inconveniences, because I have a quick emotion that it moves on. But like the big things, that's just the rage of my soul, and that's just always there, and that doesn't really do anything. It's any more than like the blood in my veins does. It's just a part of me.
Sure.
I was born with it, molded by it.
Okay, Bane.
No, I haven't seen not rage. I was diagnosed with severe anger issues at like 4.
Sure.
So I think it's just my default state. So maybe that's why I'm so resistant to world events. Because I'm just always angry.
Yeah, it's the Bruce Banner effect. It's the Bruce Banner whole.
I'm just
thing.
always angry. So like it's like okay, yeah, I'm already experiencing that emotion. It's like if like I'm eating like a bunch of with hot dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like then Florence Pugh comes in with like a pug. I'm already happy. I'm gonna keep being happy.
Sure, but they should be different like levels and reactions of happiness, or not. You're an adult, you can have whatever you want. I'm
pretty sure the only happiness there is blinding mania.
No,
is the only level most people have.
No,
it's either they're not happy or it's blinding joy and mania.
No, most people there are levels of happiness. It's not blinding. Most people do not think like a good cookie and Florence Pugh with the puppy are the same thing.
I'm fucking on top of the world in both situations. Good things are good and bad things are bad, and there's no gray. Okay,
sure, let's go with that.
I think it's why I managed to be so optimistic, despite my pessimistic nature. I can still be somewhat optimistic compared to other people because, like, they're like, oh, everything's bad, and. But I can just get incredible amounts of joy from like a picture of an anteater.
See, I see a picture of an anteater and I go, that's nice.
I clap my hands like a fucking seal. I'm like, yeah, woo!
I'm happy for you. I'm happy you have a thing, I guess.
I saw a recommendation of someone I hadn't talked to in a long time on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Sheer blinding joy.
Nice. Did
did
you follow them?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think it's the best way to live is to have all your emotions at 10 and then have a neutral, apathetic, idling speed you return to. And that's why I'm starting my own therapy business to help people learn these techniques in order to bring joy into their lives. We're gonna cut out the gray. And that's our slogan. And we're gonna make sure that the only emotions you feel are unbridled joy and just sheer flesh itching rage. Do I see like an orangutan and I go, woo? clap my hands. I'm joyful. And then the orangutan's gone, and it's back to the rage, the apathetic rage. You know who doesn't like animals? Mel. I'm calling her out on this podcast. That's where we're going to have this conversation. It's a personal call-out attack on Melanie. I always show her animals, and she goes, "Okay, cool, it's an animal."
Nah, animals are rad.
I turn
what?
anything, any animal I've ever shown her, any animal. It's been a variety of animals: a dog, a cat, an orangutan, an anteater, a bear. I saw a really funny cat doing really funny things. I showed it to my friend Eli. He goes, "That's really cool. Oh yeah, look at him go." I showed him else. She goes, "Okay, it's a fucking cat." And I'm like, all right. She doesn't like cats. And I show a dog to Eli. And he's like, "Oh, look at that guy." And I showed him else. She goes, "It's another fucking animal." And I'll be like, "Hey, look at this." And he's trying to show you another animal. There's no joy in that woman's heart. No love of the little fellas.
I might cut that.
Leave this in. Leave this in so she can yell at me, and then I'll say, "I told Harrison to cut it out." And then she's like, "No, you didn't. You specifically said to leave it." And I'm like, "Oh, never mind. I fully stand by whatever I said."
So I brought the movie this week. I brought Happy Death Day to You, baby. I'm so excited. I love this movie. Probably slightly less than Happy Death Day, but I still love it.
I'm going to get my biggest complaint out of the way, which really isn't a complaint about the movie itself. It does do that thing that a lot of slasher sequels do, where it's like, now there's two.
Sure, I think sure. I do think it's joking about it rather than actually doing it, but yeah.
I like it. I think it jumps the fucking shark.
I know, that's awesome.
It's insane. I don't know why they made the choices they did.
But the fact that they did, I love this movie for the sheer fact that it exists in the form that it exists. It is not a horror movie in the slightest.
I can't really criticize it for doing, considering I like a lot of horror movies that do stupid shit. I like a stupid horror movie.
If Happy Death Day was what if Groundhog Day was a slasher movie, this is what if Groundhog Day was Back to the Future 2 was also Ocean's 11 for 10 minutes.
It's like Stranger Things.
I saw like 2 episodes.
DARPA's in there, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure DARPA's in there too. It's all about like weird science experiments. Why the fuck is there quantum shit happening?
Because why not? Because that's the thing that causes the time loop. He was writing the sequel before the first movie was, like, as the first movie was coming out, and he was saying in interviews, "I'm going to explain the time loop, but also a little bit of the explanation is in the first movie." So this okay, I love this movie. I love this movie so much. This is perfect sci-fi to me because the rules don't matter. It's Back to the Future 2
I'm pretty sure
shit.
It's closer to string theory. String theory, quantum mechanics.
It's back. All you need to know is it's what if Back to the Future was Groundhog Day was a slasher, but the slasher element is way lower. So the thing that causes the time loop in the Happy Death Day universe is Ryan, the roommate from the first movie. It's his thesis project where he's building an energy reactor of some kind, and he accidentally causes...
Are they not undergrads?
He might be a grad student. Who knows?
Because like even if you're a grad student, right?
Uh-huh.
Even if like you're like, I'm a 30-year-old doctorate grad student, right? I'm
living with an 18-year-old
I
in
don't
the dorms.
Like what are we saying his major is? Physics?
String theory.
String theory? Is string theory?
His major is quantum mechanics.
Okay, okay. So he's getting a doctorate in quantum mechanics. I don't think that your thesis is build energy reactor, because like that's not even, that has so little to do with like the major makes the most sense is if you're like an engineering major and this happens, you fucked up. Like, I'm not giving you your doctorate. Why is it doing this? You fail as an engineer because your thing's doing multiversal shit and is a huge danger. You failed your engineering doctorate.
No,
if you're a physics major, why are you building a reactor? You should be writing a paper. Why what's
the rules don't matter. They don't matter.
Who's the reactor for?
Them.
What's it for? Who's funding it?
The school, Bayfield University.
How are they funding this? How much money?
How does any school fund any thesis project?
Fair. All right. most thesis projects are in building experimental reactors. All right, especially in the physics department, thesis budget does not account for I'm going to build an experimental reactor. Because if you're a physics major, usually you're not building anything. Like, you might build some things for experiments, but you're not like, I'm going to develop an entirely new form of energy generation.
Through some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shit.
I'm becoming angry at this movie. That's the thing that's making me angry. The fact that he built that, the realization that, hang on, why is he building experimental?
I think he's an undergrad.
He's an undergrad at like a state university.
Yeah.
It's like if someone at Kent State was the person who invented nuclear fission.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? What's it for? Who approved this?
The dean of students.
For like a physics major?
His major is quantum universe time theory.
But it's not meant to do that, right?
I don't.
I'm pretty sure like it was like not supposed to be doing that. I don't think he built it to do that.
I don't.
So I think he's failing whatever doctorate he's going for because his thing didn't work. Like if I build like a car that goes to hell, but my thesis was to build like a new electric car. It's cool that I can drive it into hell, but I'm failing my thesis because I didn't do what I set out to do.
You're passing your thesis if you drive you build a car that can drive between dimensions.
No, because my whole like project was to build a new electric. I failed at what I was planning to do.
But you discovered hell. You proved the devil exists.
Yeah, cool. I can maybe go get a cool doctorate in theology, but I failed at what I set out to do.
You would still pass. I guarantee you. You would still pass.
You might get an honorary degree.
No, you would get a degree.
Also, I'm sorry, if you come to me and you're like, this is my quantum cooling reactor, I'm like, get out of my office. What the fuck what does that mean? It's only cool when I look at it? What does that have to do with quantum mechanics?
The rules don't matter. You just have to remember the rules don't matter. He didn't know how to write some like legit string theory shit. And so he was just like, fuck it. These undergrads created time travel.
Okay, sorry, they were trying to prove that time can be slowed down. That's insane. That's insane for a college student to do. Also, like if you're like, I'm assuming an undergraduate. I'm assuming at most a master's, given their age.
He's still living in the dorm.
Yeah. So probably if an undergraduate comes to me, I'm like, so what's
probably a freshman or sophomore, but it is a thesis, so let's say senior.
Let's say if a senior comes in my office, I'm a physics professor, okay? And a senior comes in my office. I'm like, hey, what's up, bud? What's up? You have your thesis project? He's like, yes. I'm going to build a reactor to prove that time can be slowed down. I'm like, no, I'm not proving that. That's ridiculous.
Well, thank God.
Maybe when you get a master's, or maybe a doctorate, but you're an undergraduate. I'm not giving you who knows how much fucking money to prove the insane theory of a 21-year-old that time can be slowed down. Also, spoilers, we know it can. That's what gravity slows down time. We know this. So you're coming to me to tell me that you're going to prove something that was proven by Einstein a long time ago by building a reactor, which is going to cost, I'm going to say conservatively, $1 million.
Well, thank God this advisor has more whimsy and faith than you.
He's trying to prove something we already know. That time can be slowed down. That time is relative. That's why if you fall into a black hole, like you experience the final moment like forever, because the heavier gravity is, the slower time is.
I saw Interstellar.
Like, this is just a scientific fact.
So instead of proving that time can be slowed down, which has already been proven, they accidentally create a pocket universe that Tree was stuck in. And then Tree thought that the whole first movie was her like learning some kind of lesson, and it wasn't. But Carter very smartly and very astutely says, well, that doesn't mean the whole first movie was useless. That doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything. You still learned some lessons. So Tree got knocked out of that pocket universe, I think.
The time loop we're calling the pocket universe?
I'm calling the time loop a pocket universe.
But not the original timeline's not a pocket universe.
Right.
Okay, just make sure we're...
Right. And then...
I thought you were about to call the original timeline a pocket universe. I was going to have
No.
a bridge.
No. The time loop is the pocket universe. And by sending Tree out, Ryan lodged himself in. And... through some wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Also,
I was liking this movie until we recorded this podcast. I'm furious at it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm furious at it. I'm furious at the setup.
There's a second Ryan. There's a second Ryan from another dimension, another universe that has to kill the first Ryan and stop him from activating the machine.
Bro, we have to do a different thesis project. It's already been proven. In my universe, I read a book about Einstein, and I realized, fuck, he already proved this forever ago.
So, there's a second Ryan.
Also, you think good for the professor? I don't think a professor should allow a 21-year-old to build a machine that slows down time.
That wasn't the professor, that was the dean, but sure.
Okay, the dean, a person who should have more responsibility, shouldn't approve. They should tell them no. No, you cannot do that. That's dangerous. If I couldn't make an ethical snuff film, you should not be allowed to build a machine that slows down time.
In the real world, no. But like in movie world, yeah, absolutely. Let them do it. Let the drunk 22-year-olds figure out.
He slept in a car.
Yeah.
If you're going to build a machine that slows down time, you should be sleeping in the bed every night. You should not be the kind of person who ends up sleeping in the car.
Well, he is, and he does. So Tree gets sent back into a time loop in another dimension, but she wakes up and it's the day after. No, it is her birthday. It is September 18th again. And she's in Carter's room and everything is as it was before, and she freaks out, but she notices these small differences. And then she learns when Carter and Danielle, her sorority sister, start kissing, that they're dating, that they're in a different, that she is in a different universe. We learned that also in this universe, which is the primary like decision-making factor, is her mom is alive. Her mom has been dead for 3 years in her universe. Her mom is alive in this universe. And so what had happened was, is that Tree from the original Pocket universe, or not, maybe not even the Pocket universe, Tree from Timeline A.
I'm getting so angry.
Got launched into Timeline B, and Tree from Timeline B got launched into who knows where.
When did this movie come out?
2019.
Like 100% you were drunkenly yelling this at someone at some point. No, the movie's so good. Like, so Timeline A, Tree gets launched to the other timeline.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. This isn't a real sci-fi movie that has...
They should go to jail.
So Tree gets sent to a different dimension where her mom's alive, but she doesn't have Carter. Carter is dating her housemate.
You say the rules don't matter. This movie was written to establish the rules.
But then the rules don't matter. Who cares? It doesn't. All you need to know is it's Doctor Who shit. It's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. It's a lot more like a rug, really. Like, she gets sent to a different dimension.
They would be the villains in a Doctor Who episode.
I don't think they would be antagonistic villains.
I don't know. They get their shit to DARPA.
I do.
Bunch of bootlickers.
Sure, yeah. Well, DARPA takes it. They didn't give it to DARPA. Yes, they took the job from DARPA, but DARPA took the reactor.
And they offer up one of their own as tribute to DARPA. They've given a person over to be an experiment slave to DARPA.
Yeah, but she's a bad person, so who cares?
They're the villains in a Doctor Who episode.
Fair enough. So Tree is in another time loop. And in order for her to get...
I hate that her name's Tree.
Why? You said that the first episode. I don't know if I cut it.
I just think it's a dumb name.
It's a nickname for Teresa. It's fine. It functions.
Tree.
Yeah.
If my name was Teresa and someone called me Tree, I'd be like, don't do that.
Okay. And she's not
Or do
you.
something fun like Sycamore or Birch.
That's you. I'm pretty sure you said that exact same thing last week.
I don't remember. But I do.
Again, I'm gonna tell you that's 2 steps too far that it doesn't
My thought
under.
processes are solid, consistent, and predictable.
I'm again gonna tell you that that's a couple steps removed that the original joke
In any
gets lost.
multiverse, I promise you, I'm gonna come to the same conclusion.
So in order to close the loop, so that Tree can live in this universe or go back to her old universe and not be stuck in the pocket time loop, they have to do some heavy math and some trial and error of testing their hypothesis. And because Tree is the only one who remembers anything that happens, she has to memorize all of their math and all of the trial and error shit that didn't work so that they can close the loop in a single day, because it would take weeks otherwise to do that. So she has to die weeks worth of times. And she has to become a living memory, a living hard drive, a living memory hard drive of the math, and
Which
then
you might describe as a failure of the experiment.
and then be able to relay the correct math. Originally, her goal, her what she wants is she wants to stay in the new universe because her mom's alive. She wants to stay in the new universe because her mom's alive, even though she's not dating Carter, because apparently those are two equally important things. I understand that in her head, it's been like a couple months, and even then a couple months versus your dead mom, whatever. Sometimes you gotta let movie logic be movie logic, but like, I understand that over time she fell in love with this boy, and what we later realize is that her mother has memories of her that don't actually exist. That's not her mom. Yes, that is her mom.
Yeah,
but
that's my big thing is
that's not her mom. Anyway, Tree keeps dying and keeps learning math and relaying the stuff. At one point, there's a montage to Paramore's Hard Times, and it rules. It's awesome. It's a great song. It's a great little montage.
for some reason I thought the song was newer.
It's that album came out 2017.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was horrifically wrong. I don't know why I thought that.
Okay. Well, yeah, because
It's playing and I'm like, the fuck?
So Tree has to keep, but because no slasher is hunting her, Tree has to keep killing herself. Also, John Toombs is still alive in this universe, and he's still gonna get loose, and he's still gonna murder spree. So she has to solve that problem also. And Lori is sleeping with the doctor professor, and his wife is not happy about the affair. But Tree is not sleeping with the doctor professor, Greg, because Greg doesn't know her in this universe.
He has a lot going on. There's a lot happening.
But it's very simple to follow.
It is, but there's like a lot going on here.
So not only does she have to stop John Toombs and the other two slashers, which are Greg and his wife, in this universe so that no one dies, she also has to get them to close the loop so that they can send her back to her original universe. And Danielle is still a bad person in this universe. She cheats on Carter and is still like a generally selfish person. Also in this world, she's a theater major instead of, I think she's also a nursing major in the first one, or it's just not mentioned, but like she's a theater major in this one, and she is trying to play Anne Frank, but really trying to play Helen Keller. And which leads to the Ocean's 11 part of the movie where something happens, where something is glitched, where the dean of students isn't supposed to take Sisyphus. By the way, the reactor is named Sisyphus, or Sissy for short. And the dean of students isn't supposed to take Sissy away this early, but he does. And so for 10 of the last 25 minutes, maybe longer.
I feel like he was writing the second movie and he's like, fuck, I only hit like 20 pages. Okay, let's add the whole Tombs thing. All right, we're at like 30. What if we had like he just kept adding antagonists and issues for this poor woman to deal with. He's like, that's page count.
Maybe this is I believe this movie's a little bit longer than Happy, like minutes, but I think this movie is a little bit longer than the first Happy Death Day. Also, and the thing that like really makes the decision for her to pick Carter is she talks to her living dead mom, and she freaks everyone out by making them all drive to a motel in the middle of nowhere, right past like a giant electrical nuclear facility. It wasn't nuclear, but it had the vibes of a nuclear facility. It was just a power grid, but she's alone in a motel room with her living dead mom. And she asks, like, would you choose dad if it meant you had to, like, not choose someone else? And her mom was like, yeah, I'd always choose your dad. I love your dad a lot. Your dad's pretty cool. Also, your dad gave me you. So, like, he's pretty rad, and I would pick him. And then she finds out on the news so in this version, she's selfish, and she doesn't stop Tombs. But Carter does. Carter goes to stop Tombs, and Carter dies, and they see it on the news, and she realizes with a second to spare, she needs to kill herself right away. So she takes the car and drives into the electrical power plant and just blows herself up.
I think you explaining this movie, explaining it back, hearing you explain this movie is making me angry at it.
Why?
I don't know. In a way,
I love this movie.
I think just hearing the plot beats said out loud instead of experiencing them make me angry.
This movie is a I forget who called this, but it's an and then movie, which is like if you would have a 9-year-old describe it, and then
like watching it, you're like, there's a lot going on, but like having it verbally said out loud, and I hear how many and thens there are is making me angry. I'm becoming furious at how many and thens there are.
But Lori,
I was like, this episode not gonna be a lot of work on my end. It's gonna be Harrison ranting about this movie for half an hour.
So, final timeline. Lori is sleeping with the professor. Tombs alive.
Stop directing the and then.
I believe we know.
It's because I'm getting the energy of a drunk you. I'm like at a bar. I'm gonna go with my buddy Harrison, maybe Mikey. We have a great time, and I'm sitting at the bar, and you're just like, you're way drunker than you need to be, and you're ranting at me about this movie, and I'm drunk, so I'm just getting increasingly angry at this movie.
And I believe we know Greg is the slasher. Or one of the slashers. We also, I think we know he's one of the slashers. We don't know that the wife is the other one.
Yeah, we don't. The wife was like a reveal.
Yes. And then he just shoots his wife. So he handles one of the slashers himself, and Tree kills Greg.
You okay there?
Yeah. And
You okay,
also Tree kills Tombs. Yes, or Carter helps Tree kill Tombs because Carter was told to stay back, and he doesn't. He goes to the hospital to save them, not knowing that he was going to have to save them, but he did it. So Toombs is dead. Everything is fine. They are ready to close the loop, and she is ready to go to her own original dimension. And then the dean of students shows up early because there was a glitch in the Matrix, an unexplained glitch in the Matrix, where the dean of students decides to take Sissy away. And so the movie turns into Ocean's 11, where Danielle has to. So Danielle pretends to be a blind French woman to distract the dean of students so that they can steal his keys, so that they can open his office and get Sissy back. She does a horrific job, but he's falling for it hand over fist until he isn't, until she does such a bad job. She's also injuring him the entire time. She's taking her cane and like whacking him across the face. She's like throwing shit at him like she can see.
She's like, this is my one chance to, really do what every blind person wishes they could do, but they can't because they're blind, which is relentlessly hit people behind you, around you, and say, what are you going to do? I'm blind.
And she like tears down this great tapestry before she's caught.
Like if I woke up tomorrow and I was blind, I would spend considerable time learning how to tell where people are so I can hit them with my cane.
So they get Sissy back rather easily. It's a very efficient Ocean's 11 mission.
I'm not sure they needed to have a theater student. You should never send a theater student to do anything mission critical. I don't think they should have needed to send a theater student to pretend to be a blind French woman.
They did though. They needed to distract him, and that was the best plan they had. And
can they just like pull the fire alarm?
I mean, you could have, I guess. It's not as fun. It's not as fun. It's not as watchable for the movie. Like, nah, they needed the distraction, so they got the distraction. So they get Sissy back. They turn it on. They go. They close the loop. Tree is sent back into the dorm room on September 18th in her dimension, and September 9th, maybe it's September 19th. She is sent back to the next day in her dimension. I don't remember what day's what anymore. And everything is hunky dory. She and Carter are together. Her mom is still dead. Sisyphus worked, and they're about to all live happily ever after. Credits roll, and you think everything is fine. And then in a post-credit scene, it's revealed that DARPA stole Sissy from Bayfield University and wants to use it for military purposes for something. But they need to test it. They need to test somehow, and so that it could constantly be working. I think they want to use it for military purposes, so that when missions fail, they can go
live, die,
back.
repeat situation.
Yeah.
It's so cool that these kids gave the Empire a new weapon. That's so neat. I'm so glad that was your thesis project.
And then they send to test it. They send Danielle into a time loop, and she wakes up screaming.
Let's send her. She's a bad person. I mean, they'll never use it on us.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll just use it on people overseas. It's fine.
And that's the end of Happy Death Day 2. It got really pro-military at the end. For no good reason. This is a really dumb movie and a really fun movie, and the rules don't matter. Nothing matters. It's super stupid, and it's fun. It's fun to watch. You don't have to follow it. You just let it watch over you, baby. You just let it be charmed by its ability to balance so many tones, even though it so obviously was made as it was an and then movie.
I don't think my a rating opinion of this movie has changed over the recording of this podcast. I am definitely angrier at it.
So
I've gone from a small annoyance to I'm not saying I'd rate this any lower. If you were to test me before this podcast and after this podcast, I'd probably give this movie the same review. I'm, however, furious at it now that I've verbally heard the and thens.
So now the rant that I promised everyone. I'm a little less annoyed because last year they confirmed that Happy Death Day 3 was still in development. It's going to be called Happy Death Day to Us.
In this one, they used Sissy to send Tree into Afghanistan to make sure that the locals comply with the regime change.
Jason Blum has stated that he would auto greenlight a sequel if this movie made enough money. The first Happy Death Day made a little over 100,000 on $100 million on a $4.5 million budget, and this movie made $65 million on a $9 million budget. But let me tell you that Blumhouse fucked this movie over so bad.
Mm-hmm.
They released first off, they marketed it like it was just like another Happy Death Day slasher of like, oh no, here we go again. And if you didn't watch the first one and realized how charming it was, then you had no inclination to see the second one. Also, they didn't release it in October when you're supposed to release Happy Death Day horror movies. They released it on Valentine's Day, which if you are marketing a horror movie and the romance arc is not a thing you are marketing, why would you release it on Valentine's Day? They wanted to release it February 13th, but one of the dads of the Parkland kids asked them not to because it was the 1 year anniversary, and he asked Blumhouse not to release the movie on the 1 year anniversary of his daughter's death, and so they pushed it forward one day. Or back forward. Anyway, they released it the next day.
What's
Scarier
than emotional vulnerability? You know.
Okay, that's stupid.
If
you're marketing it as a slasher, you release it in October or if you want to market this as like the sci-fi.
We should normalize more horror movies than Valentine's Day. I'm sure there's plenty of couples who would love to go see a horror movie together on Valentine's Day.
I think horror movies do come out on Valentine's Day, or at least in that time of year. I would have to look that up. That feels right though. But like you release the first one when you're in the mindset to go see a horror movie. Because then it wasn't a horror movie, but you're in that mindset. They did the right thing. They marketed it correctly.
You go to your Valentine's Day to the movie theater. You go, you jump into their lap because you're so scared because the door closed really loudly.
You release the sequel around the same time is all I'm saying. You release them in the same time of the year because you want to build some sort of connection between the two.
Because there's already a tentative connection. You don't have genre.
You don't have genre even slightly. You have all of the same characters and same tone.
It's like if A New Hope was like Star Wars A New Hope and the second one was like Alien. And you're like, okay, marketing this is going to be difficult.
See, I don't even think I don't know. I would have just marketed it not as a slasher movie, but they're Blumhouse. They're the low budget horror guys. Also, my big point, my main point, other than them fucking over poorly marketing this thing, this movie made money. This movie made $65 million on a $9 million budget. Even if you want to adjust for marketing costs, this movie made money. Generally what for companies, I don't know how Blumhouse works. Whatever the production cost is in your head, double it. That's the marketing cost. So you need to earn double your budget to break even.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this because this has been my sole point in saying why I think Doomsday's going to kill Marvel.
Yeah, this movie made half as much money as the first Happy Death Day because you screwed over the marketing. You were stupid. But somehow, despite your foolishness, it still made 6 times its budget, which is more than enough in my brain, if you're going to do it correctly, to greenlight the third one. Finish the trilogy is all I'm saying. They did the same thing with Freaky. He did this, and he'll admit with Freaky.
Is it a trilogy?
What's
the narrative arc that needs to be closed here?
We'll find out.
I'm not saying that this shouldn't have a sequel. I think calling it saying finish the trilogy is wild. What trilogy?
Finish the trilogy. Also, they did a similar thing with Freaky, And Jason Blum has admitted that he screwed over Freaky and that he's apologized to Christopher Landon. And supposedly, first off, Happy Death Day 3 needs to release. And then when that movie makes a bajillion dollars, let him make the Freaky Happy Death Day crossover. Let him connect the two worlds, and then everything is, the loop is closed. Let him let Christopher Landon close the loop. Here's the thing. This movie has been in development hell for like 6 years. Yes, COVID happened, but also it didn't make enough money, even though it made 6 times its budget and half as much as the first one. Despite your dumbassery, it still managed to be a smash runaway hit. And but it didn't make enough as the first one, so it didn't justify a third one's existence. It just let it. This movie has been in development hell for like 6 years, but as of March of last year, that Christopher Landon and Jessica Roth have announced that it was on the tape, that it is now like in development. It's not like in pre-production, but it's like in development. They are working on it. Christopher Landon has an outline. He has pitched it. At one point, it was going to be a 3-part mini-series for Peacock, but that fell through. But he has not finished the script because he refuses to write the script for if the movie's not going to get made. So he wants the guarantee that the movie's going to get made, and then he's going to write the script. But he has an outline. He knows what he wants to do with it. Like, as of April 2025.
Maybe that's causing him some difficulties in getting the movie made.
What?
Well, like saying, hey, so I need you to guarantee that you'll make this movie, and then I'll write the script. You mean the series where each one has been radically different from the last one? Yeah, you have no idea you can't even predict what I'm going to write. He has an
outline. He has the pitch. No, he has gone to the company and been like, okay, here is what I want to do. Here is the outline of the script. Here is the story. I just have not written the scenes and the dialogue. But like, here is the story and basic rundown of the plot. Just let him make it. Let him make it. I want this so badly. I might bring Freaky on. Freaky's a fun movie. It's a weirder movie, but Freaky's a fun movie. It does have the Christopher Landon unfortunate repeat of adults kissing children. But
how does it feel being like literally the world's biggest fan of 2 separate movies? Like, I don't think there's a single movie that I can say I'm the world's biggest fan.
I'm not the world's biggest fan of any of these movies. I'm a big fan.
I don't think anyone has ever felt as strongly as you just did about Happy Death Day 2. And I would struggle to find someone who's as impassioned and has watched School of Rock as much as you have.
I don't think I'm the number one fan of School of Rock. I'm up there. I'm in the top couple percent for sure.
Like you're top 3.
Maybe. I didn't watch it last year. I am disappointed.
Yeah, but how many times have you seen the movie total?
Like 400?
Yeah.
A little under, around 400.
Yeah, I think you might be the top fan of School of Rock.
Anyway, let's make this happen. If there is any goal that I want this podcast episode or this podcast in general, but this episode specifically to accomplish, is I want Happy Death Day to Us to get greenlit, to be made I want Jason Blum to email us at 2menmoviepodcast@gmail.com, and I want him to tell us that this movie is happening. And let me on set for a day. I just want to see it. I just want to be on I just want to be on a movie set. You don't got to put me in it. You don't got to let me do anything. I
don't think there's a single person in the world
let me hang out on set
who
for
is
one
this
day.
passionate about visiting the set of Happy Death Day to us. Yeah, I don't think anyone's like, I want to be on the movie set. I don't think I'm the biggest. You are the biggest fan. I don't think anyone. I think there are like not that many people who even have like a strong opinion at all on this movie.
Well, they're cowards.
Let alone
This
one
movie
this strong.
elicits. This
You've been standing up and sitting down and pacing.
This movie.
You've been delivering this like rant with the energy of Frederick Douglass saying slavery shouldn't be a thing anymore.
I love this movie and I hate slavery. Okay. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, not really. No, I mean, I've said everything. This may shock you. I don't have a burning passion for this movie either way. I think it's pretty nifty. Makes me kind of angry, but not going to impact my, like, saying it's a bad movie. I'm just angry at certain things in this movie, namely the setup. But, after that, it's all right. It's cool. If you enjoyed the first one, I think you'll like it.
If you enjoyed the first one, you're gonna love the second one. I like the second one a little bit less than the first one, but I think I gave this 4 stars on Letterboxd, and I gave Happy Death Day 1 4.5. But like, I love this movie. Do you want to do socials?
Yeah, I'll do socials. If you want to follow me as I protest against a Tree and all her friends in the university she went to for giving DARPA more weapons to use against the victims of American imperialism, I will be doing some protests outside the university later. You can follow me at Midwest Magician, Midwest_Magician, or it might just be Midwest Magician now. I changed some things on Instagram. I have a Substack, to tell you this.
Yeah,
you see it?
I saw you post about it. Have you like posted anything in the Substack? Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 things.
Ooh.
You're mentioned in one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, easy as a something you've said as a prompt for the entire thing.
Midwestern_Magician.
Is that the Substack?
That's the Instagram, which leads to. Oh no, you didn't link to Substack. I thought you did.
So we're just gonna cut, so it sounds like I'm saying it instantly.
Of course,
it's
you would.
Midwestern_Magician.
Yeah.
And then I believe the Substack is Midwest Magician. And then if you want to see the YouTubes where we'll be posting some not quite OnlyFans but spicy content of Marvin the Movie Walrus. He really wants to get out there and show off his physique and his abilities to seduce. You can find that at 2 Men and a Movie podcast. And if you want to email us, I don't know, because you're Blum, you're Mr. Blum, or for any reason really, I'll accept. If you want to send in some Matthew X Helen Keller fan fiction, you can do that at 2menmoviepodcast@gmail.com.
Store in the description.
Store in the description if you want to get. You're wearing a hat right now.
Yeah, you gave
Isn't
me.
that great?
You gave me merch to my own podcast for Christmas.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. We have like me and fucking Harrison are going in the red, keeping this fucking warehouse open because we spent way too much money making merch when you realized how little you had to pay these Indonesian children. So we have to offload this stuff. So please buy some of this merch. Store link in the description. We can't afford the rent costs on the warehouses.
Marvin the Movie Walrus gives this movie 1 fin up. He likes it. He likes it.
Me and Marvin are like Harrison's like if Harrison pissed or shit himself from excitement, I would not blink an eye during that rant. But yeah, he's going full. He could just start vomiting and then keep talking. I'm like, yeah, he's going through it. Me and Marvin looked at each other, shrugged, and given each 1 thumbs up and 1 fin up. This is a decent movie.
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at harrisonpoole.com. That's HARRISONPOOLEDOTCOM, harrisonpoole.com. Or you can find me on Letterboxd at HDPOOLE124, where I gave this movie 4 stars. I believe... I could be wrong. I believe this, Deepwater Horizon, and Dune 2 all have the same rating. Listen, my level of enjoyment was the same. Thank you so much to Tristan Hostetter for her theme music. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in next week for whatever movie Matthew chooses. Does he know what the movie is right now?
No.
Okay, cool. Tune in next week.
I'll know when you ask me. You have to make a split decision.
Just pick something.
Yeah, well, have you seen any more?
So long and good night.
Hugs and kisses.
This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.